Hello again everybody, this is Amorgin and you're very welcome back to another Star Trek Fleet Command and a Founder Server Shenanigans video today, guys. Just, I suppose, to catch up with everybody, let you know how we're getting on here in the Founder Server with this new faction, or RoE, or Rules of Engagement and all of that kind of stuff. Rules of Engagement can be confusing to some folks. Some of you guys have invited me to your servers, and some of you, I suppose, had a hope that at one point I would almost be like a referee, and that these guys on the Founder Server had it all figured out, and that they had been there and done it, and they'd ironed out all of the difficulties and come up with the best, I suppose, ROE that's out there. And sad to say that we haven't done that. I've seen RoE from other servers there that they seem to have figured it out much better than us folks. But the way things stand for us at the moment, it's supposed to be warships and overprotected miners are all fair game, and bases, of course, bases fair game. And these gated systems seems to be that anywhere that requires a token, there's an understanding that if it requires a token, like in Borg space, like in this Clip space here in Van Cleef, Donovan and Mitchum, that you don't touch people in those kind of places, and that's fair enough. There'll always probably be one or two randomers that'll I suppose they'll break them rules. They'll go out and they'll play by their own rules. They'll do what they want. But generally speaking, most people will respect that. Where sometimes it's a wee bit confusing on our servers, that even though if you go and you look at some of these alliances, even though you can see there, Caffeine, for example, I expect Caffeine to hit me at every turn. He's got a little red target there, and I've got a little red target when he looks at me, so he's going to go out, he's going to hit me, and that's to be expected or whatever. What you don't, I suppose, always expect is when you come across an alliance that's got this little purple heart beside it, you don't expect an alliance that you're on friendly terms with there. You don't expect them guys to be going out and attacking you and taking out your warships when you're in the middle of an event. And that happened earlier today. We're going to run on with this video. I'm not going to labour this too much, but I want to give a wee shout out to Stargate Command, who Stargate ended up parking his Enterprise outside my base, and we done a little bit of PvP. We tested a few crews. I'm a bit pissed off, guys, that file was corrupted. We spent about 45 minutes, I would say, testing various different crews, Augur versus Enterprise. I don't know if there's any of it still in my inbox after all of that. No, you can see three of the lads there who'd be fond of hitting you, I suppose, two of them anyway. But I'll grab a wee clip. I'll edit it into this video in a wee second. And Stargate, no small repair fees for him. He was repairing, I suppose, every second hit or so. I guess I was getting him down to about 20-30% of his hull, and then he'd go off and repair after 2 hits. So we tested a wee bit of that out, and he took some repair costs on that. So I want to thank him and give a wee shout out to him for doing that. And assisting, because it started off, I hit his Enterprise here, screenshot it. I hit his Enterprise when he was he was up here in this carpeting, in this exchange system, when we were doing the Clear the Coast event, and one of the guys that's in his alliance had hit me just slightly earlier, and I raised it in the ceasefire channel, and all I got was this kind of bullshit like, oh, there's personal problems between you and this, that and the other. And at the end of the day, if he's gonna hide, if this asshole's gonna hide behind his alliance and make out like there's personal problems, what's the point in having a peaceful deal with an alliance, or have some sort of friendly relations with an alliance, if they're gonna go out and act as though they're on hostile terms with you, the way that likes of Caffeine or any of them guys will. I'll not complain too much when Caffeine hits me, because that's the way it's supposed to be. But I've bit my tongue with these assholes that I don't like. If they're in a friendly alliance, I'll not step over the line, but there are just some recidivist assholes out there that just they get fun out of hitting friendlies as well. They think that they're big men, obviously compensating for something if they have to go out and hit friendly alliances as well as the ones that are hostile with them. But you know, this guy will get his comeuppance too. But the good thing out of it, the silver lining to the cloud, is when I went and I hit Stargate Command, because if that's the name of the game, well, I can go and I can play that way too. And myself and Stargate, we were talking to each other. He parked his ship outside my base, and we ended up getting to do a huge bit of testing on the Auga versus the Enterprise. So there's always benefits to this, guys, and I'm very, very pleased with that. And again, a shout out to Stargate Command for taking on the repair bills on that. I had twice the repair bills he did, but he was kind enough to take the time and do that, and it was very, very useful, I must say. Other shenanigans going on, guys. The raiding the bases and all. ROG and HOM are still at it. They're largely respecting the boundaries there of these gated systems. And we basically don't hit in there. Anything else, bases, warships, all that there, fair game. And true to form there, we found a ROG base, and we drained Pawny. A shout out to Pawny. Nothing personal there with Pawny, but we got him with his shields down, and a nice little haul. I'm going to run the footage of that in a wee minute. And a wee mention just to the New Alliance Wolf. We'd seen them out in some of the systems doing they were doing some armadas or something. We came across them. Some of the old faces from ROG are in there. Allied is actually, an ally. You don't expect an ally to come out and hit you and damage your ranking in events. It's a very low, sad old blow there. Somebody can't get over their personal problems, and they take it upon themselves to do that. But listen, we'll rant about that somewhere else. We're talking right now about the Wolves. Monkey are heading up this group. A couple of the old regulars there we can see. Rampant and Hilt's in there. Randy. And a few of the lads, so you never know, might pop over to the Wolves at some point and have a wee nosy and have a bit of crack with them lads, because by and large, from what I can tell, looking in there, Suzaku and some of the lads, guys with a sense of humour, sound enough on occasion. Some of them I don't really know that well, but the Wolves are new kids on the block in terms of an alliance. We'll have to watch that one pretty closely and see how that goes. This could be an interesting development, and it could be a damp squib, but we'll see how it goes. So I've waffled on enough, guys, about the illegal hits in my book from a supposed allied alliance, the good that's come out of that, and we're going to run with the raid on Pawny. And again, a shout out to Pawny. Hope all is well with him, and it happens to the best of us and all of that. So you HOM guys or anybody else that's interested there, we're going to roll this footage so you can sit back and grab your cuppa or your can or whatever it is, and look at your fine work. And apologies to the guys that didn't get the shout out. I think Taz and a few of the lads didn't get the message or something like that there, so maybe the next time round. And until I get chatting all you guys in the future, take care of yourselves, take care of each other, and we'll catch you all again very, very soon. Cheers. And a wee bonus bit of commentary for you guys that have stuck with it till the end. I forgot to mention at the start that I have a little bit of footage of Phil cracking hilts. Mightn't be of interest to everybody, but certainly be of interest to some of the guys there that would like to see how many hits, how long it took to crack level 44. Mostly Phil, myself and Octo and a few lads maybe threw in a few ships. Pointless us doing that, we hardly got any hits on it, but I've got that little bit of footage of Phil cracking hilts. We might have a wee bit of fun with that just for the guys on the Founder server to take a wee look at it, and for Hilts himself to look back on it and check it out. But one final wee mention I wanted to say as well, I forgot, is the targeting seems to be slightly better on this. I noticed when you zoom out, still not ideal, but seem to be slightly better when you're trying to do this kind of raid. So a wee bit of advice there for guys. If you have any advice for me how raiding has gone after they've introduced this change to targeting with the hiding under mission planets and all that kind of stuff, it's really ballsed up targeting, I think, in base raiding. If you have comments or views on that, let us know, guys. And I'm really going to sign off this time with the final bit of this. Cheers.